What is going on, everyone? Nick here, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, and first and foremost, I want to apologize for that. I've been really busy this entire year, and it looks like I haven't made a video since November, the end of last year, and there's a reason for that. So basically, towards the end of last year, about the time of August, heading into September, I became really interested in getting back to what I ultimately want to do, which is get into filmmaking. Now, that's something that's always been a dream of mine, a passion of mine. I've always been interested in wanting to actually get into the creative side of the industry, making movies, making stories, because I've always loved talking about franchises like Alien and Predator and Terminator and, all these cult franchises, but my dream would be to one day work on one of those kind of projects, or just something that I've done myself, created originally. Basically, what happened was that I was at a point in my life where I was like, well, it's kind of now or never, I'm not getting any younger, and I love doing YouTube stuff. I love talking to you guys and sharing my thoughts on everything, but at the same time, it was kind of unfulfilling at this point, because some of you may know that I used to work for a channel called HN Entertainment, or otherwise known as Hybrid Network, back in the day, and I covered a lot of this stuff for them for many years. I went to conventions, red carpets, interviews, early screenings, I did everything that you would want to do as a content creator, journalist type thing, and it was a really fulfilling part of my life for about 5 years, but it kind of was a detour in my life almost, because I was, prior to that, writing scripts and trying to get this comic book made and doing all kinds of stuff like that to further my career in filmmaking and, writing. But what happened was I met these really cool guys online, and they became really close friends of mine, and we ended up building this YouTube channel basically from the ground up, and it kind of blew up beyond any of our wildest expectations, and that became my full-time job because I was just so heavily involved in a lot of the content creation of the channel. So that ultimately kind of sidetracked what I wanted to do. I always had in the back of my mind that maybe I would get back to trying to get into directing and writing eventually someday. Maybe this YouTube stuff would lead to connections that could get me to that spot. And after COVID, that channel kind of fell apart, and I was doing my own thing on this channel for a while, but it was very sporadic. I didn't have the same kind of discipline that I used to have with that channel in terms of uploading every day, multiple videos covering all kinds of stuff. Anyways, to make a long story long here, I've kind of just gone back to what I always wanted to do, which was get into writing and directing. And to this point, I made a short film last year, and it went up in February of this year. Many of you may have seen it, many of you probably didn't. If you guys didn't get to see it, I'll leave it linked down below. It was basically a found footage horror film centered around a rideshare driver picking up a passenger who isn't all that they seem on the night before Halloween. And I've just recently wrapped up a second short film, which basically covers an independent news crew very inspired by Nightcrawler and the movie Signs. They get involved with an alien abduction. So I was really interested in both of these films. I poured a lot of love into them. It was a very fun experience making them. I learned a ton about working with actors and writing and directing, and just a lot about making movies. It was my own film school basically, and I got to do it with one of my best friends, and that was a really cool experience. And right now I'm trying to work on something very big and ambitious that's going to be taking me to the next level, hopefully, if it works out. So that's kind of what I've been up to the past year basically, and that's why it's taken a lot of my energy away from doing YouTube, because this is something that I never planned on doing as a career. I love talking about this stuff. I could talk about Alien and Predator pretty much all day, but it's just something that is more of a hobby for me, not what I want to ultimately do. I don't want to be sitting here having to grind, especially now how YouTube is. It's so grindy. You have to really commit to it every day. I really tip my hat to all these guys that make a living out of this stuff, because it's not easy. It's really not easy. It might seem easy. You just sit here and record videos and talk about news and movies and stuff, but it's really not. It's a full-time grind, and it's just something that I'm not interested in doing anymore. I can't be part of this hamster wheel, trying to crank out the next video, talking about the next thing. I still might make videos here and there. I definitely plan on giving my thoughts on the upcoming Alien Earth show and Predator Badlands, which by the way looks awesome. The trailers recently, especially the most recent one, looked really cool. I love how they're doing such a unique twist to the Predator movies that we've come to know and love. It's very different, completely different than anything we've seen before, and it's really cool how they're just fully embracing the fact that this movie and Alien, I guess, are fully connected now. You have a Weyland-Yutani android, it's clearly part of a Weyland-Yutani installation that's on this planet, mercenaries, a xenomorph skull maybe pop up somewhere, but yeah, it's just really cool. They're obviously leading up to an Alien versus Predator crossover, some kind of new AVP movie. But yeah, really cool, exciting stuff happening right now. As of this recording, Comic-Con is happening in San Diego, and I'm sad to be missing that because they're doing a really cool pop-up event for Predator Badlands and Alien Earth, and like a walkthrough experience with actors and everything, so that would have been really cool to see. And of course, I believe they are debuting the first episode of Alien Earth right now in Hall H, so if you guys are there, let me know what you guys think of it. That would be pretty cool to hear. But yeah, that's basically just kind of a, sorry for the rambling here, this is like very off the cuff sort of channel update, life update of where I've been for the past months since I haven't uploaded on this channel. I kind of disappeared. I was posting on the community tab, but of course not all of you guys will see that, and if you do, it's kind of probably going to get buried in all of your other subscription notifications. So yeah, I've been around, I'm still looking at all this stuff. It looks very cool. It's an exciting time to be an Alien and Predator fan. They're definitely providing a lot more than probably most of us ever thought they would. You know, when Disney took over Fox, we were like, oh, maybe they won't do anything else with Alien and Predator because they're very adult-oriented franchises. Maybe they'll make a movie here or there, but it's not going to be anything like what we're saying now. Of course, this full rollout embracing the universe. So again, to wrap up here, I've been trying to work on my directing and writing portfolio. I'm making short films, and hopefully the next thing I pitch, which is very big, very ambitious. So we're talking about an indie movie level budget. If it comes together, would be awesome, and it's something that I've had kicking around in my head for a long time. The story that I've wanted to tell. I just think it would be really cool, and it's something that people, I think, would dig. It's a very different kind of movie. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, if you guys are still sticking around this channel and you guys want to see more from me, let me know what kind of videos you want me to make, because like I said, I'm not going to be as involved as I was trying to grind out news videos about every little thing and every little update. You know, I do want to still make content. I still would like to, you know, build this community and have a page where I can sort of just post whatever I want to, which is what YouTube is great for. So let me know what kind of content you want to see from me. Would you like to see maybe behind the scenes videos of these short films I'm making, so you can get a sense of what it is like to actually make a movie, to make something like that. It's a very involved process, many months of planning, prep, getting actors, a script together, locations. It's a lot. It was certainly a lot more than I anticipated, and you know, it was a lot of planning with my friend, having to come up with story ideas and stuff to shoot. You know, we thought we'd just get some people that were interested, go to a college, get some theater actors and theater students, and just go make something in a weekend, and it would be done, and we'd be able to edit it, and the whole thing would take, you know, a couple weeks to turn around. But it's definitely not the case. It's many months of work involved. So anyways, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to hear more from me, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below. I'll leave a link to my first short film down in the comments and the description box, and my second short film that I talked about with the independent news crew going around capturing stuff that gets tangled in an alien abduction. That one will be coming sometime probably in the upcoming months. We're trying to get it into festivals, so they're kind of finicky about it being online ahead of time. So when and if that'll be available online, I will keep you guys posted. But for now, like, subscribe, comment on this video, and I will see you guys next time.